Hello, everyone. So I'm very glad to have this opportunity to share Qualcomm views. What's the signature services we are engaging with industry partners. Okay, this slide show the 3PP major releases timeline. So from release 16, you can see 5G technology expanding from traditional eMBB use cases to vertical use case. The typical ones you all see, right? Then moving to release 17, more vertical uses are supported like red cap and satellite communication from release 17, right? So moving on in release 18, the AI feature is introduced to communication part. So we firmly believe that from its debut, the AI emerged in standard, it will become the major technical driver for future standard evolution. Actually, in release 19, AI is further enhancement to support network energy saving and also load balance, right? Also, besides that, AI has been widely discussed in AI interface like CSF channel feedbacks and also beamforming and position enhancement. So from 20 and beyond, AI plays more pivotal position actually with time flying. So eventually we anticipate that AI will play its utmost role in 6G standard. So that means with time flying, AI actually is the major driving force for the standard future development. Yeah, so this slide shows some release 18, what's the key technology enhancement in release 18. So I just listed the key ones, for example, mobile enhancement, and also layer 1, layer 2 mobility enhancement, also full duplex, full duplexing, which actually will increase the spectrum efficiency. And also there are green works, work item to reduce the network energy saving, and also to have a better network coordination work efficiency, right? So also as mentioned, AI and machine learning was introduced in release 18 to further improve the network performance and also for the network energy saving purpose. So then what's the new use cases this enhancement will bring? So the right side you can see list the key ones. For example, XR service will become reality maybe in release 18. And also red cap is a low cost effective solution for industry modules. We are talking a lot of things about industry use cases. Then we also want to use a very cost-effective solution, right? So red cap actually is the right candidate for this purpose. We will also seek how to have direct communications between two UEs, which will skip maybe a network, right, environment. Also, we will consider how to create another angle for communication, that is satellite communications. And also NR-MBS will be introduced to reduce the network resources in hot spots like concerts or sports events. That's I think another maybe value-added service for operators. Yeah. So in all, I think 5G with new technology enhancements will power a bunch of new services on the horizon. So here we just list key ones. For example, mobile robots, AGVs, and optimizations, and also precise indoor positioning and mobile workstations. I think of these just partial ones we are considering now. We firmly believe, from time flying, we will consider more and more features on the way, to the future. Yeah. Okay, from this slide, I just want to share you some concrete examples of concrete services. We are engaging with the industrial partners. First one is called 5G MSDC. This feature actually was first introduced in release 18. So it's a game to its nickname is called Warner Plus. So you can say from traditional Warner MS protocol, there are only two channels. One is audio channel, another is video channel. Then from introduction of this MSDC new standard, the third channel called the data channel was introduced. You can see the last one, right? So with this new, data channel, being introduced, then, the users can enjoy more richful, value-added service while webinar is ongoing. For example, if I have and you have a webinar is ongoing, then I will share, my file contents with you, and also I can support, smart translation, right? It's quite useful for a visitor when he go to the foreign countries where he cannot speak a native language. Then he can leverage this, smart translation to understand what the local people are saying, right? When he communicates with the local folks. So it's quite convenient for a visitor, right? In this case. So from this, introduction for MSDC, we think, it's a potential monetization channel for operators, to have more revenue, right? And also it's a benefit to end users. Yeah, so I just list several, key, services besides the ones I mentioned. Also, content sharing and, also AR video, we call the local funding call. Yeah, so here this slide, just give you a more sense what's the top 3 or top 2, use scenarios for MDC. We are partnered with operators. For 2C use cases, you can say smart translation, AR funding call, and screen sharing are the 3 most important ones or useful ones being considered or deployed by operators. From 2B use cases, you can say video customer service and multimedia caller identification are the 2 most cared by industry partners. Yeah, so then I just give you, a picture of how useful this MSD would be. So how about the counter cities? Here you can see standard-wise, all the major standard bodies have been working, very diligently to come up, a very mature set of standards. 3GPP, CCSA, and also, some corporate partners, joined this joint spec development. So far today, we can say standards are, fully cooked, today, okay? Then what's the MSDC trials? Actually, CMCC is the first runner in the industry to drive this whole, trial process. So dated back to 2022, May, you can say, CMCC released the first test SDK, then kick off the OEM test. Then moving on, in the 2022, June, kick off the test between the chipset and the platforms. So we can see there are series of milestones have been achieved. So from a Qualcomm perspective, we have been engaging, this kind of initiative from day one. So today, our latest, premier, chipset, Snap 8 Lite, actually support, MSD 100%. That means we are on board, waiting for the operators to have the launch kick off. Yeah, so we are fully support the operators' initiative. We are 100%, aligned with, this kind of commercial, quality request. Yeah, here I just show, what's additional, protocol enhancement from server and from the device perspectives. You can see from this side, from server side, you need additional protocol enhancement to support MSDC. And from that, that side you can see from a device angle, you need also some enhancement on the OS, layer, right? And also in upper layer, you need a telephony, side enhancement. So make this end-to-end solution workable eventually. Yeah, so I'll just give you, I'm not sure. Yeah. There are no keyboard, okay? I will give you another concrete example how to, use, this MSDC. How to move forward 吧？前面那页怎么回去？不好意思。Okay. Okay. So here is called, this example is called cloud gaming. Okay, the local players will, give some actions or command and controls, during play, right? Then this actions or command will transfer to the remote gaming server via MSDC channel. Yeah. So this remote server, after receiving this kind of actions, will render, the gaming pictures and send back, to the local, players, to the local player, his computers or his, screens. So you can say this MST channel can be used, interactively between the local player and the remote, gaming server. Yeah, this I give you, example how MST, works. Another, another potential, very useful service called MRBT. Yeah, MRBT actually we think it gives another monetization channel for operators. So what's MRBT? MRBT is acronym of multimedia, multimedia backtone. Yeah, backtone. So this service actually was subscribed by the caller party in advance. Then during the call setup, you can see the calling party can see a very short clip of audios or videos of the called parties. So traditionally, without the instant filter, the calling party only can hear the single tone, ringback tone, right? But after introduction of this new feature, then the calling party can enjoy a richful, can enjoy ritual, and user experiences by watching, a multimedia, format of videos. Yeah. So you can see this is an example. Yeah. I just try to dial another number, right? Then during the call setup stage, you can see the called party, customized, multimedia. Right, video will be displayed on the calling party screen. Yeah. So just be noted, there are some differences between the usage of MRBT versus MSDC. MRBT is only used during the call setup stage. Meanwhile, MSDC is used when traffic call or warner is ongoing. So there are two different stages for these two features. So that means these two features can be used, not in one time, in different time slots perfectly, one after another. Yeah. Okay, this is a typical call flow for MRT service. So basically, there are three major steps. First one is the calling party subscribes the service from operators. The second stage, the calling party negotiates the MRBT, media format with the application server, when the calling party initiate a call, right? The last one is, initial call, then the MRBT application server plays the MRBT short clips, right, to the calling party. Then once the normal call is set up, you can see the last step, MRBT, playing is bypassed because at this moment, the calling party and the calling party are in, warner, official warner calls. But after this step, you can use MSDC service, right? You can use a smart translation after these next steps. So these two features can be used into the one call, alternatively, yeah, without that kind of conflict. That's what I want to say here, yeah. Yeah, and also besides these two, killing features I mentioned before, the third one I think is well known, right? It's called AI. AI actually today is a buzzword. Everyone talks AI. So Qualcomm actually is the first one in the industry to consider how to, merge AI, introduce the AI to our smartphone chipset. So dated back to 2015, we introduced AI, improving his performance for the audio speech recognition and performance improvement. Then moving on to the 16 and the 22, we further added the AI to the video processing. Yeah, you can see from that figure, right? Then during last year, we consider how to combine AI, introduce a large language model or large vision model to our smartphone, Snapdragon chipset. So far, our Snapdragon can accommodate a 10 billion size large language model or large vision model. So moving on, we are considering how to add large multi-model AI to our smartphone. Yeah, so I think it's really amazing work. AI and also has made a very excellent and rapid change to our smartphone chipset. Yeah. So what's our eventual goal? So our ultimate goal wanted to have a very smart AI agent in our smartphone. Okay. This smart AI agent not only can understand our text inputs, but can also understand our voice instructions and even catch our eyeballs moving or understand our hands gesture. So it's really very smart, right? Then depending on our commands or requests, it can generate a variety of media format, maybe text, maybe videos, and maybe some kind of responses. So I think it's an ultimate goal we are shooting for at this moment. So if that become a reality, I think our world will be changed rapidly. We will use quite a different smartphone in the future, right? Yeah. So AI is really, from our perspective, is very important and a powerful tool. It can be merged into a variety of services like auto, right? Auto self-drive is quite popular, but in recent years it has staggered there, stalled there. But during the last 2 years, it made a big leap, after introduction of AI. And also AI can be integrated together, use AI camera, right? With AI camera introduction, you can use AI to have the video surveillance and also do some kind of pattern recognition directly locally without transmitting raw data to the cloud server. And also AI class is also quite popular, AI wearable, AI smartphone. I think all these things, all these services, performance will improve greatly with AI become commonplace in the future. Yeah. Another signature service I want to highlight here is XR. XR is one for potential monetization feature for the operators to make money down the road. So XR can be used in a variety of areas. For example, used in assistant, used in entertainment, in navigation, split rendering, and infinite desktop content capture. So to better support this service, I think spatial computing is the key factor to drive XR to offer the better user experiences in the future. Yeah. So spatial computing is a very key element to make XR service become implementable and workable. Yeah. Okay. In the last but not least, providing extra high data rate is another key merit of 5G Advanced. So we're working with China Mobile, ZTE, and SkyLimit, and showcased a multi-user concurrency XR services in Beijing Capital One steel furnace. So this furnace has been upgraded to an entertainment park recently by Surreal, a very famous gaming company. So there are the space, the gaming space spans actually 1,000 square meters. We showcased 12 XR users work simultaneously, and each one has a latency less than 10 milliseconds. Yeah. You may not quite sure actually. Each XR service need at least 100 mega BPS downlink wise. So to support 12 users work simultaneously, you at least need 1.2 Gbps downlink speed. Eventually we go for 50 XR users work simultaneously. That means you at least you need a 5G BPS downlink wise speed in downlink wise. So I think only 5G advanced technology millimeter can accommodate so high demanding bar of peak rate requirement. But this is a real demand from XR gaming company. They desperately need Qualcomm and industry partners to provide more and more XR users online simultaneously. There they can make more money, right? So I think that's quite useful how to say, role model, or example, how to combine the advanced technology to real demand use cases. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. That's all from my side. So I'll just highlight several key services here, but not all. Yeah.
Thanks, Wentao. Any questions?
张总你好，来自中国移动的王希泽。刚才对于您这个片子后边的几页关于这个端侧智能这块还是非常感兴趣的哈。想跟您请教一个这个目前业界也探讨比较多的这么一个问题，就是说呢，就是关于端侧智能，尤其是可以为我们未来去带来这么一个个人的这个助手，确实会是非常吸引人的一个方向。那么在这里边可能就是在近期的这个技术趋势来看的话，确实一直存在这么一个可以算是一个当前的矛盾点吧。就是说，如果我把更多的这个智能的计算放到端侧的话，那目前可能更多面临的，就比如说我端侧算力的受限，或者说对于这种功耗的带来进一步的这种挑战，然后以及就比如说我这个模型这种参量的一些这种限制，然后可能对于最终这个我一些这种推理以及操作带来的一些这个不确定性。那么如果我把这个更多的一些这种处理放到这个云端的话，那确实我最后的这个结果会更理想一些。那么这里边会带来，比如说包括这个不限于，就比如说一些这种延时啊，或者这个数据隐私安全等等这方面的这个问题吧。目前其实也有部分一些这个终端厂家，其实在实际实践过程中的话，也存在这方面的一些这种瓶颈。那么从就是您看来的话，就是后续面向这个一些端侧智能这个发展，然后以及对于这个个人助理来说的话，会是一个什么样的这种演进趋势呢？谢谢。
我不是用英文还是用中文回答你啊？So this question about terminal side AI. So because there are cloud side AI and terminal AI, so how to project the future for terminal side AI, right? So I think the trend is quite clear. The AI on the terminal side would be there, but Qualcomm prefer hybrid AI. That means depending on how big the AI models are. Sometimes you can resort to the network side AI, but for others, but for the low volume or low complex request, you can handle locally by the device. And also there are some privacy-related tasks. You have to let the terminal handle right locally rather than sharing on the cloud side. So I mean, we cannot say in the future 100% of AI tasks will process in the network on locally by the device. It's a case by case, but eventually I think it's hybrid AI would be the eventual result. Yeah, that's my answer to your question. Yeah.
Thank you.